we'll see if the floodgates open. Gersich on goal! Yes, sir! Shane Gersich makes it 2!
The race for home ice in the NCHC playoffs was close entering this past weekend, and it's only gotten tighter. Welcome to another edition of North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry. I'm Alex Heinert. Coming up on today's program, we're going to break down the national and conference playoff picture, along with highlights from this past weekend's home split with Nebraska-Omaha. We'll also look ahead to the upcoming regular season finale at Miami and hear from the two seniors on this UND roster, all with the head coach of North Dakota men's hockey, Brad Berry. And Brad, entering this weekend's chance for you guys to gain a little ground and give yourself some separation between you and the rest of the pack. Good win on Friday, not as much on Saturday, just another chance of consistency that just didn't quite come together.
Yeah, it's kind of the story of the year, right? Friday night I thought we came out with some good jump and got out to the lead and found a way to win that game, which was critical. And then Saturday night, a little bit different story. And again, it's something that in order for us to do what we want to do, you have to put two games together.
Yeah, it was senior weekends for your two seniors this year, Gage, Ausmus, Matt, and Hrynkiw. Talk about what those two guys have meant to the program over these last 4 years.
Yeah, you know what, 4 years has gone pretty quick, and they've left their imprint on our program here, obviously winning a national championship last year and being a strong leadership group. And those two guys are whittled down from a group that was, I think, 6 guys to begin, 6 or 7 guys to begin with. And again, they emulate everything that we are at North Dakota, hard work, character, and determination.
A couple of great kids finishing out their regular season careers, at least, here at home this past week. And we'll have the highlights from Friday of that Omaha series coming up when we come back.
North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry on Midco Sports Network is presented by the University of North Dakota.
Welcome back. We're continuing the conversation with head coach Brad Berry about the series with Omaha this past weekend. And coach, anytime the Mavericks come to town, it's always special to bring Dean Blaze back to this building that he helped create about 15 years ago or so. This is a guy that brought you to North Dakota first as a player and a coach. A very special matchup for you.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, he left his imprint on the program here. He was an assistant coach. He was a head coach. He won 2 national championships as an assistant and 2 as a head. And again, he's anytime he comes back, it's pretty special here. And again, they have a UNO program that's on the rise, and he's been a big part of their growth in the NCHC.
Yeah, you were hoping to give another setback to your old coach. You beat them 16-4 in your first meeting down in Omaha. This Friday night's game would have a very similar feel to that one down there. To the Ralph we go, and Gage Ausmus again getting set to begin his last regular season weekend at the Ralph. Tyson Jost back in action. Those two hoping to again complete what was a pretty special season back in the start of January against the Mavericks. And right off the bat, you'd get off on a high note. Johnny Simonson near a tight angle shot to beat Alex Blankenberg and make it 1-0 halfway through the first.
Yeah, it's great to see Johnny get on the scoreboard there. You know, he did the right thing. He entered the zone with speed and put a puck on net. We had traffic going there, and that gave us a great start to the game.
As you see again, it's just one of those things, catching the goaltender unaware to make it 1-0. Tyson Jost then a little bit later, similar opportunity here, surprises Blankenberg with a quick shot off the turn to make it 2-0 after 1.
Yeah, and that whole sequence started as a great forecheck. You know, we got in there right away and separated a puck, and you know, Tyson does a good job of turning and spinning and putting one over the shoulder. So it's great to get that second goal right after you got that first one.
12th of the year for the freshman. Final minute here of the first. You nearly make it 3. Omaha on the power play. Brock Besser gets the interception, a penalty there. Trevor Olson nearly completing a breakaway chance.
Yeah, you know, I thought we did a good job of getting off-ice pressure, and then in the zone we gave him a little bit of pressure there to create a scoring chance.
You outshoot the Mavs 18-6 in the first. You build on it right away. 50 seconds into the second, Brock Besser completing a nice feed from Zach Young.
Yeah, it's, you know, play a good entry here, kick the puck out, and again, obviously Brock got knocked down, stayed on his feet to get the third goal there, which was hugely important in the game.
12th of the year for Brock. That snaps a 9-game goal drought for number 16, 3-0. Things really couldn't be going much better, but then the Mavericks start to push back.
Yeah, you know what? I thought, you know, 3-0 lead. They made a charge back in the second here. They pushed us back a little bit. We gave up some goals in front of our net. Those are kind of goals that we don't like to give up, kind of the easy layup goals, and you know, they made a point of emphasis of getting to the blue paint.
Steven Spinner with that first goal to make it 3-1. 2 minutes later, another goal, similar opportunity there, a knockdown in front, Spinner there to bang it home.
Yeah, we lost the face-off, and again, we didn't box out and have coverage in front of the net. You know, Cam makes the first save, and then we didn't give him much help there to try to knock the puck away.
3-2 at that point. 6 minutes or so left here in the second. Another outlet opportunity. Austin Ortega gets stopped on the initial breakaway, but again, the follow-up shot by David Pope able to punch in the rebound.
Yeah, and again, it's, you know, they came at us fast in the second period, and we didn't defend very well. And again, that was a key. You know, we won the first period, they won the second one, and we needed a big response in the third period.
Andrew Pesky would get called for a hook on that play. Austin Baganski would go to the penalty box shortly thereafter. A big 5-on-3 here for the Mavs. A couple of huge saves by Cam Johnson to keep it at 3-3.
Yeah, you know what? I thought Cam did a really good job of you know, holding his ground here and making some big saves. And I thought our defenders here on the kill gave up their bodies and blocked a lot of shots. So again, we had to get through this to get to the third.
And that was the case. He able to make it to the third period, tied at 3, and about 4 minutes in, Christian Wolanin gives you the advantage once again.
Yeah, you know what? Guys did a good job of controlling pucks and protecting pucks and getting pucks to the net. And obviously, part of that is Joel, getting good net front here. They pushed us in when that was a huge goal.
The goal stands there as, again, interference was not the call as Jenna Sweeney is pushed into Blankenburg. Omaha, though, again, with the response a couple of minutes later, another big goal to tie it at 4.
Yeah, you know what? We didn't do a very good job on neutral zone coverage there, and they came in on entry and got a puck to the net, and now we're in a ball game again.
Here's where things kind of got the skill of your side really shone through. 6 minutes in, Tyson Jost just does the ridiculous here to make it 5-4.
Yeah, no, that's a highlight reel goal, and one thing is you got to be tough to play against, and you know, you saw him protect the puck there and had the wherewithal to get it to the net. And you know, good players make good plays here, and again, we needed this and won desperately at this time of the game.
Jost's 4th multi-goal game this season, his 9th multi-point night, and then 44 seconds later, another great play from your other first-round draft pick, Besser, just knocking this down out of thin air to make it 6-4.
Yeah, that was key to get that goal. Obviously, gives you a little bit of cushion there to close out the game, and again, good hand-eye coordination and burying a puck there.
Yeah, incredible skill for Besser, who scores his 13th. That secures the vital 6-4 win and all 3 points in the NCHC standings.
We knew before the weekend that it was a huge weekend, and you know, down the stretch we needed to win these games. And you know, we had a good first period there, and then we kind of let off in the second. But you know, I think we all didn't panic there, and you know, stayed confident in each other, and had a great third there. So that was definitely a huge one to pick up.
The second, we took a little bit of a step back there, and obviously we came into the second and third and just saying, we won the first, they won the second. Now it's a 0-0 game, and we really got to come through here and play like we did in the first. And I mean, I thought we did that, so I mean, it was a good team effort. On my first goal, I did the same thing where I came around and I shot short side, and I kind of knew that the goalie and the D was going to bite on that, so I just faked the shot and went around, and I had a little bit of a deja vu to the Western game there. I did the exact same play, and I ended up getting robbed. And I mean, it was nice to see things go in. I think we were kind of due for a goal there, and I mean, we've been working so hard over these past 4 or 5 weeks. Just the bounces haven't gone our way, and I think we just kept sticking to it and just really working hard, and finally we got our bounce, so we just got to keep this rolling.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all big relief kind of in a way, and you know, I think it just keeps giving us confidence that you know, it's starting to finally pay off when we're out playing teams. And you know, definitely here at the Ralph, I think you know, the fans have had a tough stretch of us losing games here, so you know, it's nice to come back here and get a big win.
North Dakota scores 6 goals in the Game 1 victory on Friday. Coach, scoring goals have been a struggle for you in the second half of this season. Certainly not the case in Game 1. What was the biggest reason for that offensive explosion?
I think our jump. We had an attack mentality that game. You know, our forecheck was good. You know, I thought the key was the start of the game. You know, we got after them right away and scored a couple goals early, and that was key of getting us on the right foot. So those are all the key elements on trying to get a jump start on your game. And you know, if you don't do that, then you're chasing the game playing from behind.
Yeah, the goals were great. The penalty kill was huge in this one too. Omaha, the leading power play unit in the conference, you hold them to 0 for 6 on the night.
Yeah, you know, I thought our guys did a good job. A couple of those were 5-on-3s, you know, and those are tough to kill, and you have to sacrifice and give up your body blocking shots. Our guys did that, and again, we got through those, and those are key parts of the game.
Yeah, 3 points in the bag on Friday. Omaha, though, a desperate team now, would have a push on Saturday. We'll have the highlights of Game 2 when we come back. Welcome back. Well, Friday night's win over Omaha, a triumph on a number of levels, but Saturday, again, a desperate Mavericks team with their season hanging in the balance would come to play. Let's go to the Ralph for this one. Senior night, Gage, Ausmus, and Matt Hrynkiw honored along with their parents before this one. Dean Blaze choosing to make a change in goal from Game 1 to Game 2. Evan Wenninger gets the nod, and that would prove to be a big decision in this contest. Midway through the first, UNO's on the power play. Right off the bat, you shut them down on 6 opportunities the night before, Coach Berry, but they get one here, a one-time blast from David David Pope to make it 1-0 8 minutes in.
Yeah, you know, they moved the puck around. We didn't get it clear initially, and they entered our zone and got full possession. And again, a good shot. Obviously gets by Cam here. They get the lead.
Yeah, a little net presence by the Mavs at the top of the crease didn't make the shot easy for Cam Johnson to stop. You were held without a shot for the opening 10 minutes of the first, but you really responded. Great second half of that period. A lot of quality chances created.
Yeah, you know what? We made a push there. First 10 minutes, not very sharp. Second 10 minutes, we were a little bit better there. But again, Hrynkiw did a good job of stopping the puck. And, you know, we got some good pucks to the net. Good looks.
Yeah, four lines really were rolling here. Mike Gornall there with the chance. Joel Janatuinen with the opportunity here. Perhaps the best chance coming up right here, though. The puck on Tyson Jost's stick off the pass from Brock Besser. Shane Grosich right there. Maybe a little indecision under Tyson. A good job by Hrynkiw to throw him off his game.
Yeah, you know what? He came out and challenged Tyson. I think that threw him off a little bit, but obviously a good look there that we needed to bury.
Final seconds there were the first. Another chance on the 4-on-4. Christian Wolanin firing one. Good save by Hrynkiw. Shots even 6-6 after one. Omaha carrying that 1-0 lead into the second. In that second frame, neither side really would generate much. Some of your best chances came short-handed. A good opportunity here 5 minutes in.
Yeah, this is where I thought the game really got away from us a little bit. You know, we didn't advance pucks. I know we got a couple opportunities here, but for the most part, you know, we didn't do a good job of puck management in the neutral zone, which didn't allow us to play in there into the rink.
Yeah, just one attempt on goal in the entire second 20 minutes. Frustration kind of starting to sit in. Cole Smith trying to get the team fired up by throwing a couple of blows, but it would still be 1-0 going into the third. Still very much anybody's game at this point. A 2-on-1 chance for Rhett Gardner. Ludwig it gets broken up on the way over to Ludwig. Moments later, that was a power play opportunity for you. The power play ends, and they convert. Riley Alford with the goal.
Yeah, you know what? You know, we needed probably a goal on that power play to obviously to get us back to tie the game. We didn't get much momentum off it, and then usually what happens if you don't get momentum off it, the other team comes the other way, and sure enough, they scored a goal to make it 2-0.
Yeah, Alford's third goal in 3 games. 6 minutes left. You start to crank it up here over the final bit. Good opportunity there in front. Hrynkiw, another save. Best chance coming right here is Wolanin able to leave it off for Ludwig, and how this doesn't go in, I have no idea.
Well, you know, like I said, you gotta get some bounces and breaks, but the only way you're going to do that is if you work hard. Working hard will get your bounces, and you know, we didn't have enough of those on Saturday night.
And that shot by Ludwig as close as you'd get. UNO's Austin Ortega here would pick up the empty netter with 2 minutes remaining to earn the 3-0 victory. The split able to pull the Mavs back even with you on points in the NCHC standings, back in a tie for 4th place.
I don't think we came out as sharp to start the game. And then on top of that, I felt like we were fighting pucks tonight. You know, pucks weren't laying flat for us. Our passes weren't really sharp tonight. And I just felt that we were fighting it throughout the game. And on top of that, we needed to, you know, you saw in the first period, the first half of the period compared to the second was completely night and day. And, you know, we just need to find a 60-minute game within our team.
I just think we weren't hungry enough tonight, and right now we have to realize as a team that we have to go into every game hungrier than the other team, and I think if we, you know, I know that we have the guys in that locker room and the skill that if you know, we outcompete teams, we're going to win games, and that's what it's going to come down to is, you know, just outcompeting teams.
The seniors were saying, hey, we don't want this to be our last game at the Ralph. We want our senior night to be playoffs. I mean, we've been saying this for a few weeks now, like now's the time. So we got to find a way to break out of that mold and come together for a full weekend. You know, not just, we can't afford splits anymore, and we need to go to Miami and take care of business both nights.
So the Mavericks get the 3-0 victory, a tough way to close out the home portion of the regular season, Coach. After this one, Gage Ausmus there mentioned, you didn't feel the team was hungry enough in this game. Do you agree with that?
100%. You know, obviously winning the game Friday night, knowing the urgency and the impact of Saturday night, there wasn't that attack mentality. And again, you need that. The NCHC is too tough to get by just okay. You need to have that 100% attack mentality attitude to win a game.
Yeah, always tough to beat a team 4 times in here. You still earned the season, at least victory over them 3-1. Now you go on the road to Miami to finish out the regular season. You know, it's tough to win, certainly a couple of games back-to-back in their building. You've never done that before. But if you do so, you retain home ice. You get a great shot to host as the 4 seed.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's our mentality, is to go in there and win a couple of games. But again, you can't win 2 unless you go in with the mentality of winning that first one. So again, we got to take care of business on Friday night. And then Saturday, when that comes, take care of business then.
Yeah, Miami's struggling a bit lately, just 1 win in their last 11 games. But obviously this is a team that split with you here on your home ice earlier this year. I get the sense, though, this this is more about North Dakota doing what you need to do more so than worrying about whatever they're going to throw at you.
Yeah, 100%. You know, we thought about that too, that you always try to prepare for the other team, but at this time of year, it's about what you do. And if you do the things hard on a consistent basis, you usually have a chance for success. So again, you're exactly right, Alex. It's about us this time of year and what we have to do to control our destiny here.
Yeah. Still everything to play for, and as you said, you still do control your own destiny, both in the NCHC and in the NCAA picture, Coach. Best of luck preparing for the Redhawks coming up this week. We'll talk to you about it next week.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks to Brad. Coming up next, a chance to sit down with a couple of UND's seniors, the only two, in fact. Stick around. Welcome back. Well, Gage Ausmus and Matt Hrynkiw are the lone remaining members of the North Dakota recruiting class of 2017, and in their 4 years here in Grand Forks, they have made their share of history with the North Dakota hockey program. For more with Gage and with Matt, here's our Katie Hale.
I'm here with the two seniors for the North Dakota program this year, Captain Gage Ausmus, goaltender Matt Hrynkiw. I want to talk a little bit first about how you came to this program. Each of you kind of have some unique stories of how you came to be. Matt, you first, in 2013, you were named the Saskatchewan Junior League Goaltender of the Year. You had looks from what I understand, Union and Brown. Ultimately decided to take a walk-on position here at UND, which they had pretty good goaltenders here at the time. So take us through kind of that decision.
Well, I mean, you kind of come down and see this place and you see the passion, the fire that the coaches have, and you see just the fan base. It's truly a unique spot, not only in college hockey, but in hockey in general. It kind of makes your decision quite a bit easier. And kind of right from the trip, I had a pretty good idea this was the place I wanted to be. I wanted to be a part of something that was bigger than myself, and it didn't matter that there's great goalies here, because at least that was going to push me to be the best I could possibly be. And whether I got playing time or not, I was going to come out the best I could possibly be.
And Gage, you had committed to Denver. And I remember first hearing your name when the day that George was fired from the program at Denver, Gwozdecki. And Dave had said, I got a call from an East Grand Forks kid, and we really want him. So take us through kind of that process. Yeah,
I was right in the last year with my time with the national development team, and the coach at Denver, Gwozdecki, got fired for whatever reason, and I'd called their assistant coach, who I basically was familiar with and committed to at the time, and he was unsure of his future with the team as well. So it was at that time, I was best friends with Keaton Thompson. He was committed here, and he actually texted Brad Berry, right, Bubs, and he said, "Hey, you got to talk to Gage. Tell him to come here." And he called my dad, and the rest is history. I never looked back after that. And when I first committed to Denver, it was a tough decision, and they gave me a timeline on when I could make the decision.
They all do.
Yeah, exactly. And UND wasn't ready. They hadn't seen me enough to give me an offer. So I committed to Denver and was happy with it. But as soon as the coaching staff left there, I really wanted to come here, and it worked out perfectly.
You guys are two of the lone survivors, so to speak, of a freshman class that came in with 9. I know Keaton Thompson is one of your best friends. You roomed with him your freshman year, but kind of take us through some thoughts as you stepped on campus for the first time here.
Yeah, I mean, we had a pretty great group from the start. I still remember all of us getting into town, and Adam Tambolini. We were all hanging out as a team, and Paul Ledoux was his roommate, and he was supposed to pick him up at the airport, but we were all hanging out, having a great time, and Paul decided he didn't have enough time, so we sent my little brother to go pick up Adam, and we just had a great time in the dorms together, and really became close with each other in Walsh.
How about you, Matt?
Yeah, I remember kind of driving down myself. I didn't quite fly, but that whole trip I was like, I wonder what these guys are quite like. And you always have these images in your head that maybe a couple of them are really good students, maybe, but we were a pretty fun-loving group, and it was pretty loose right from the very first meeting, and a lot of fun there in Walsh. Just quite the characters, loving to have fun, bringing out a lot of personalities, and just really making the most of our time there. Really a lot of bonding happened there, and I can't say enough about it. It's a unique experience to live in Walsh, and to live with 8 of your best buddies couldn't really be any better.
We'll have the second part of Katie's interview with Gage and Matt next week on North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry. Still to come tonight, though, we will preview the crucial regular season finale this weekend against Miami. Those details to come next.
North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry on Midco Sports Network is presented by the University of North Dakota.
It really is do or die this weekend, and obviously we want to come back to this rink and play a home playoff series, obviously, and that's the goal right now, is to go into Miami and grind out 2 wins.
Gage Ausmus setting the scene for a huge weekend for North Dakota against Miami. Regardless of what happens around the league, 2 wins in Oxford this weekend would secure the top 4 seed for UND and a home playoff series at the Ralph the following weekend, as North Dakota holds the head-to-head tiebreaker with both Omaha and St. Cloud. 6 points would guarantee that. Anything less, and help is going to be needed. Omaha hosts currently leaders Denver, with the Pios needing a win to clinch their first Penrose Cup. St. Cloud is home to Colorado College, a team that's locked into the 8th seed for the 3rd straight season. UND Miami play at 6:30 p.m. Central on Friday and 6 on Saturday. Both games can be seen on NCHC TV, and we'll have all the highlights and reaction next Tuesday right here on North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry. Until then, I'm Alex Heinert. Thanks for watching.